tomorrow we're having a gathering of musicians come over.
Mm-hmm.
So from 7 to 10, I would imagine there's gonna be like 20 people total.
Okay.
Or like 15 people total, including the people that live at the house.
Okay.
And it's definitely, it's like interesting to notice how I feel like so often I have so little to say.
Mm-hmm.
I feel so quiet.
Mm-hmm.
And like in a good way, not like I'm insecure with my quietness or shy. I just like feel so quiet.
Okay.
And I also paradoxically have this desire to like host people.
Okay.
And like entertain and like gather people together. And yeah, it's like I definitely notice. I'm like, well, I wonder who am I gonna be tomorrow? How expressive, how social am I gonna be? Am I gonna be like good at hosting all these people?
Okay.
So that's something I was thinking about today.
Cool. Well, I don't think a host necessarily needs to talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's I think sometimes, like for instance, I've facilitated and hosted, or like somehow hosted a lot of gatherings of conscious people or people that think they're conscious, and which I think they are because they think that. And I don't necessarily like. I almost wonder if I would be more powerful at that if I put no pressure on me to communicate. Like whoever can get a group of people together like that with a common interest that are into this same idea of improvement. So if I'm imagining y'all all want to tap into your music abilities. So by solely putting that invite out and getting those people together, I think your pretty much job is done. And then the rest would be to it would be a celebration if you want to speak to anyone or if you don't want to speak to anyone. Like I only think you really have to be there.
Yeah.
So I understand. I hear the pressure you're putting on yourself in a way that should I be more talkative or more vocal or, but I don't think that's. I think that might be maybe embrace the opposite, like realizing you don't have to say a word to anyone.
Yeah.
And then, if you want to be, you're a hip hop artist. Well, I think first of all, shifting it from that you are one rather than you want to be one. So right when you say you want to be one, you're already putting yourself at a distance from being one. But when you realize that you are one, that might shift things.
I agree. I hear that. And one thing I think that's kept me from saying that and proclaiming that is like maybe out of respect to people that I've like see as hip hop artists and like how the time that they've put in before they even said anything like that. Which is funny though also because I feel so distant in many ways from like what I think a hip hop artist is or what they're supposed to be like. And which actually I love it.
Yeah, I feel like when hip hop is almost the epitome of breaking normal in the sense that there are no rules. Like, is there a rule to be a hip hop artist?
Some people would proclaim that. Like, some people would say.
What are the rules you've heard that makes a hip hop artist?
Okay, so a lot of like OGs or a lot of like hip hop artists are like angry about this new wave of artists that are using.
And I'm gonna say, of course they are. Do you know any elders that are not angry? There are outliers, but to me it blows my mind. Like even people complaining about the cell phones, it's so ridiculous. Before cell phones, there was newspapers. Like there's this classic idea that everyone's on the subway and no one's talking to each other because of these stinking cell phones and like what's happening. It's like no, before that it was probably newspapers. And there's always going to be something. It's not a matter of this is not the issue. It's the people. Yeah. It's the people that are doing this. It's like someone's inner space, and just because 99% of the people on the subway are not talking to each other, that doesn't have to dictate your reality. So I think it's kind of the initiation from the elder hip hop artists. The little that I know about hip hop, but I do know a lot about patterns in a lot of industries. That's kind of that's what the youth gets to break the pattern of the elders, thinking that there is a certain way to be anything. This is the difference between the history and the future.
Yeah, and I feel that that's felt true to me for a while now, so it feels good to even just be affirmed in that. I'm also like really interested in now like broadening my horizons of connection and connecting with like artists that I've been inspired by. All kinds of different people that I've been inspired by, and inviting them into settings that like they really want to be a part of. So like creating something that Trevor Hall really wants to engage with, whether that's a physical place or an event or whatever.
And I do wonder though if there's a seduction there for you, thinking that that's how you're going to become a hip hop artist, is by maybe being affirmed by people that you look at as true artists, like Trevor Hall, or who is there someone else that's in your mind?
Chance the Rapper.
Chance the Rapper. So maybe like you've been waiting for Chance the Rapper to give you the go ahead.
Yeah.
But the truth is, I don't know if he'll ever give you the go ahead.
Yeah.
Like, and that might be like the true, even it's like an unconscious alignment of elders in certain industries for them to give resistance to the youth that are coming up, whether it's them saying like there's this new age of everyone thinks they're a hip hop artist and that's not true. Well, that might be them seeing who's going to not listen to that.
Yeah.
Like who's going to, even though this is our current dogma or our current beliefs, who's going to even look past what I believe? And that's when I imagine Chance the Rapper will affirm you when you no longer even care for his approval.
Yep.
I don't think Chance the Rapper is looking for people that are seeking his approval. He's him being a new age hip hop artist in a way.
Yeah.
Is probably more resonant with people that are breaking the mold of what he even believes to be a hip hop artist. That's probably who he's looking for as inspiration. Yeah. So like for myself, and breaking normal and doing things that elders might not think is what an author is supposed to do or a father is supposed to do, that I am blazing a new trail in a way. I'm blazing a new trail by not seeking approval from how things used to be done. And honestly, I think there's a lot of elders that are researching me in order to find out how they want to spread their message, even though they might not admit it to themselves. So there might be the people that you might be seeking approval of might actually be studying you right now without you knowing it. And that's kind of like the cutthroatness of a way, or that's the competition. That is the cooperation of competition. That that's probably what I would say. Like, especially, I'm not sure how much time we have, but at 40, that's what I would really want you to consider. That there are probably people that are artists, hip hop artists, that are much more well known than you, that have probably been exposed to your work and then been inspired in secret and have no need to tell you about it, no need to share your video or like your video. They might even be liking it. They might not like it on purpose because they don't want anyone to know that they're researching what's new. So I think the faster you fully own your hip hop artistry, the scarier it will be for the elders, and the more inspiring it will be for the people that are realizing that it only gets better.
Yes. I'm interested in as soon as I can. I feel so ready. I would like to buy a house with a studio in it and a place where I can really work with producers and videographers and have a space to build a studio and all of that.
And I think that's one of those things, like, instead of buying a house first, I think do whatever you think would be the outcome of buying a house, which is what? Having a recording studio?
That's
your own recording studio? Yeah. So, yeah, I would do whatever you can to have access to your own recording studio right now and do what you would do. And then I imagine it's like reverse engineering. A lot of people think they need money to do this, but if they did that first, then the money would come. So that is what I would say about that.
It's amazing how it's like even as I'm speaking, I'm like I understand it's like I already know what the answer is.
Yeah. That's why it's a good time. That's a good thing to sometimes hear someone, like to hear. Yeah, sometimes I get what you're saying, but sometimes it's ridiculous for me to speak to someone about something I don't think I know, because once I say it out loud, I realize I didn't know it. But maybe that's that person holding that space for me, just so I can hear myself speak.
Yep. Like reveals the clarity and the obviousness and like.
And then also works definitely the other way around when they're really struggling with something, when they finally hear themselves say it out loud to a group of people or someone else, they're like, wait a minute, how ridiculous is that? Let me let go of that thought. Run, guan, guan, guan. Run, guan, guan, guan. Run, guan, guan, guan. Run, guan, guan.